I want you to talk to me about some of the challenges that face your business now, your insurance business, that would mitigate against you getting more customers.
Okay, insurance is a mature industry. It is a major mobilizer of savings, not only in Jamaica but all over the world. And we believe that as a country, we are missing an opportunity to broaden the pool of savings that would be available not only to the insurance industry, but to the government in terms of expanding the infrastructure. Now, if you compare Jamaica with the other Caribbean islands, the level of insurance penetration is very, very low. And I think that we need to look back at some of the things that have worked. When I entered the job market, which was a little while ago, Barbara, individuals got a tax credit for taking out an insurance policy. And because insurance is not something that someone is going to come into Scotia Insurance and say, I need an insurance policy. As a country, if we want to increase the pool of savings, we have to provide incentives, because the larger the pool, the more money that's available to support government policies and infrastructure. So we think that the government is missing an opportunity to broaden the pool of savings for insurance, and that we need to look at tax incentives for individuals. Less than 1 out of every 10 Jamaicans have any sort of formal savings in a pension plan. What that means is that most Jamaicans enter retirement unprepared. We, as an insurance industry, is supporting the proposal that pension savings should be mandatory. Once you are employed or you are self-employed, it should be mandatory that you enter a formal savings program, because if we don't do this as a country, it means that more and more Jamaicans will enter into retirement unprepared and could possibly become a liability for the state.
So you are saying you want government to do something?
Yes, we would like the legislation to be
to
passed
make it more attractive or mandatory?
For pension, to make it mandatory. There are over 15 providers in the private sector for what we call approved retirement schemes, so that there's lots of competition, lots of attractive providers for pension savings in the private sector. What is not happening is that many Jamaicans, they say, well, retirement is far away. I will deal with it when I get there, and when they get there, they're unprepared.
Somehow, I would like you to spend a couple more minutes on this issue, yes, because I'm seeing a lot of relatives, friends, and who knows, even probably me. We are getting closer to retirement. So, ideally, if someone has just hit the job market at age 25, what should they do when they come into Scotia to open an account? What should they do towards retirement?
As you correctly pointed out, persons are living longer in retirement. In fact, some persons actually live longer in retirement than their working career. And therefore, it is very important that you start saving. It should also be borne in mind that inflation erodes your savings over time. So you can't simply look at your current situation. You have to look at how long to retirement and how long you will live in retirement. And it is very important that you put away savings. But it is not only in your interest based on the length of time in retirement. When you save in an approved retirement scheme, you actually pay less tax on a current basis, because you get a tax break. Up to 20% of your income will be free of tax. So this is a win-win for every prospective customer. You pay less tax, your savings accumulate in the approved retirement scheme free of tax. So tax only really starts to be paid once you are starting to get your pension, and therefore means your savings can accumulate at a faster rate.
Okay.
Just one important point to note though. You are not allowed to have two formal retirement plans.
I see.
So if you're part of a superannuation scheme
at work,
you're not allowed to also have an approved retirement scheme. Granted, that's not a problem, because what we have found is only like less than 1% of the persons in Jamaica actually have any kind of formal pension arrangement at all. But it's important to know, because if you cannot be a part of two, you won't get the tax benefits for two formal pension schemes.
And again, Barbara, this is another issue because you spoke about the challenges.
Yes.
What we have said to the government is that you need to change that aspect of the legislation.
Yes.
Because what you would really like is for persons who are employed, they can save in a pension fund and they can top up their savings in a pool retirement scheme because it is in the interest of the customer as well as in the country to increase the pool of savings.
Okay.
So that is something that the government is working on in terms of changing the Pension Act to allow customers to save both in a pension fund and in a pool retirement scheme.